Hello everybody, this is Brenda and this is my little friend Harry, and today I'm going to tell Harry a story. Harry, do you like stories? And do you like stories? I bet you do. Now this story, Harry, is a story that I heard when I was a little girl. Can you imagine? And I'm quite old, aren't I? What do you mean, yes? Well, a long time ago, my granny told me this story. And the story is about a mummy goat and her 7 little baby goats. And baby goats are called, do you know what they're called? They're called kids. Have you ever heard that before? No? Well, that's what they're called. So the little kids and their mummy lived on the top of a hill. And there was lots of trees and fields and all sorts of things, and the children loved to be outside playing. Do you like playing outside? You do, yeah. Everybody likes to play outside. But one day, Mummy Goat said to them, "Now, I've got to go shopping and I've got to get some bread and some flour and some eggs and some sugar, and I want you to do something for me." And they said, "What do you want us to do?" And she said, "I want you to stay in the house because I heard the wolf has been seen round, and it might be dangerous if you're out playing and I'm not here." "Oh," they said, "Mummy, we'll stay in the house. We'll be very, very good." And Mummy put on her coat and she took her basket and she kissed them all goodbye and she said, "Be good." And off she went out and down the road, like down here, down the hill, and off to get the bus. Now they were very good little kids and they started to play and they were having a great time when suddenly there was a knock, knock, knock at the door. Oh, they said it might be the wolf. And they peeped out the window, but it was okay. Guess what? It was their friends, the rabbits. And they opened the door and the rabbits said, "Come out and play. We've got a lovely blue ball. Come on, play. It's great fun." "Oh, we can't go out," said the little kids, "because Mummy said that there was a wolf around and it might be dangerous." But the rabbits said, "That's silly. We're having a great time and we're not seeing any wolf anywhere." So the little kids, they forgot what their mummy told them and off they went to play. Now they had a great time. They were kicking the ball and then they did hide and seek and they were chasing. But then when they were playing hiding, one of the little kids was behind a tree hiding, when suddenly he looked out and around the corner, hiding behind a big tree, was the wolf. He got such a fright and he shouted, "Quick, quick, quick, hide, hide, hide. The wolf is coming." Well, they ran in all directions and they were squealing and shouting and screaming. Now, a long time afterwards, it got very dark. And Mummy Goat came home on the bus and she got off at the bottom of the hill. And she was walking up the hill when she noticed something very strange. There was no light on in her house. Oh! And then she got closer and she noticed that the door was open. Oh no! And she came inside and it was all dark. So she turned on the kitchen light. Well, the place was in a bit of a mess. The chairs were on the floor and the books were on the floor, and she called the children and there was no answer. So she sat down and she started to cry. "Oh, my poor children, where are you all?" While she was sitting down, she heard a very funny sound, a kind of a achoo. And she thought, "What's that?" And she heard a achoo. And she went over because it seemed to be coming from her baking press. And she opened the door. And when she opened the door, inside was her bag of flour and some baking powder. But suddenly the bag of flour jumped at tissue. Well, she got such a fright. But then she came back over and she peeped in. And when she looked into the bag, what do you think she saw? 2 big eyes were looking up at her. And she said, my goodness. And this little voice said, oh, Mummy, it's me. I'm hiding in the flour. Oh, my goodness, she said. And with that, she picked him up out of the flour and shook him because he was all covered in white. And she put him sitting down and she said, oh, what happened? So he told her the story. And she said, oh, what happened to the other children? And he said, I don't know, Mummy. So she said, well, I'll tell you, I'd better wash you because look at you. So she got her big pot and she put it on the cooker and some water to make it hot because he wanted a hot bath. And then she got her shovel and she was just going to get a big shovel of coal to put into the fire to warm up the kitchen because he'd be cold after his bath, when there was another, oh, Mummy, don't put me in the fire. And she said, what's that? And she looked in. And this time, in the coal bucket was all black, but 2 big eyes were looking at her, and a little pink tongue came out of her mouth. Oh my goodness, she said. And she picked him up, and he was so dirty because coal is black. Do you know that? Did you know? Yes, it's very dirty. So her hands were all sooty. So she put him sitting down beside the other little kid. And after a while, when the water was hot, she took the 2 of them and she gave them a bath inside in a pot. A pot. Imagine, did you ever have a bath in a pot? But when that was finished, she said, now, I'm sure you're hungry and I'm going to give you some cocoa and some bread and jam. And they said, oh, Mommy, that would be lovely because we had no lunch. So she got out the bread and she took out her pot of jam and she buttered the bread, and then she was getting the knife and sticking it into the jam when suddenly there was a big ow, ow, ow. Oh my goodness, what was that? And she looked into the jam and there was a very sticky looking little kid. Oh my. He was covered in jam. It was in his ears and his nose and he was just covered and sticky. So she lifted him out and she said, oh, you are in such a mess. I'll have to wash you too. And she had to get more water. And do you know what the others did? They were very bold. They kept trying to lick him. And he kept saying, stop licking me. And they said, but you taste really nice. Now, after he'd had his bath, Mummy said, I'm going to give you some bread. And he said, no, I don't want jam. I want honey. So she said, okay. And then they were very tired, so up the stairs they went. And Mummy went into the bedroom. And they were getting ready. And she put her hands into the drawer and opened it. And she had just put her hand in to get out their PJs when something very furry was inside in the pyjamas. And she went, what's that? And she lifted it out, and there a little face popped up. Well, she was so happy to see him, and he wasn't dirty. He didn't need any bath. And then she said, now I've got 4 kids back. Oh, I wish I had my other 3. So she said, now everybody will be getting ready for bed, so we'd better wash our teeth. So they went into the bathroom. But when she went in, she got such a fright because on the side of the bath was a huge, big bubble of toothpaste. Huge. All the toothpaste had been squirted out of the tube. And she looked at it and she thought, oh, did the wolf get in here? But then the toothpaste moved. It went shake, 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 shake. And she went, what's that? And this little voice said, Mummy, it's me. It's me under the toothpaste. And she said, but my goodness, look what a mess you've made. Look, look, look. And he said, but I thought the wolf mightn't like to eat me because he mightn't like toothpaste. Well, of course, that was quite a clever thing to do. But the bathroom was a bit of a mess. Anyway, Mummy gave him a little wash, and then she took them all into bed, and into bed they went, and they all closed their eyes. And Mummy was so tired, she said, oh dear, I'm going to change my shoes now and put on my slippers. And she went into her bedroom, opened the door of the wardrobe, and looked down, and the next thing, there was her 2 Wellingtons. But suddenly, one of the Wellingtons jumped, and she jumped back, and she got such a fright. And then it looked again, and it jumped again, and she said, is it a dancing Wellington? And then she looked a little bit closer, and what was inside? There was a hairy bum looking up at her. Did you ever see anything like that? Imagine. This little kid was down at the bottom, and what had happened was he crept in and he got stuck. So he was trying to jump up and down so he could get out of the Wellington. So Mummy picked it up and she gave it a big shake like this. And out he fell. And he was going, oh, I'm so hot and sticky. Oh, and it's a very smelly boot. Well, Mummy said, well, now, that's how many have I got? And she took him in and put him into bed. And now there were 6 kids. But the baby kid was still missing. Oh dear, was that very sad? So Mummy kissed them all good night, turned off the light, and was just walking out the door when a little one said, Mummy, Mummy, I need to do a wee-wee. What? Oh, poor Mummy was so tired. Okay, she said, come on. And she took him out and they walked into the bathroom. And he sat up in the toilet. And the next thing, there was a big shout. And he went, oh, no, no, no. And she said, what is wrong with you now? And he said, the toilet is talking. And she said, of course the toilet can't talk. It's talking, Mummy. So she peeped over, and when she looked in, this little voice said, don't do a wee-wee on me. Oh, did you ever hear anything like that? No. Well, she said, what are you doing in there? And there was the baby kid. He was sitting in the bottom of the toilet, and it was all wet like a puddle. Well, she picked him up and everybody was saying, oh, wash him, wash him, wash him. So she gave him a quick wash. But she was so happy to see him. And then she gave him something to eat, and he had some bread and jam as well. And he went to bed. And then the Mummy said to them all, you know, you were very, 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 very bold to go out today. It was so dangerous. But you were also the cleverest kids, because I would never have thought of looking in all those places. And they said, Mummy, we'll always do what we're told in future. Did you like that story? Yeah? Good. Are you going to say goodbye? Goodbye.